Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has signed a controversial law. This law bans religious groups linked to Russia. It has ignited a fierce debate within Ukraine and beyond. At the heart of the matter is the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, or UOC. This church has historical ties to the Russian Orthodox Church. The new law is part of Ukraine's larger strategy to distance itself from Russian influence. This strategy has taken on new urgency since Russia's invasion in 2022. The law underscores the deep religious divisions that have been exacerbated by the ongoing conflict. The ban has been praised by some as a vital measure to protect Ukraine's sovereignty. Others condemn it as a violation of religious freedom. The law has drawn sharp criticism from religious leaders, human rights groups, and international organizations. To understand the significance of the new law, it's crucial to delve into the complex history of the Orthodox Church in Ukraine. For centuries, the UOC was under the jurisdiction of the Moscow Patriarchate. This is the leadership of the Russian Orthodox Church. This relationship has been fraught with tension, particularly since Ukraine gained independence in 1991. Many Ukrainians saw the UOC's ties to Moscow as a symbol of Russian domination. They longed for a truly independent Ukrainian Orthodox Church. In 2018, the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew granted independence to a new Orthodox Church of Ukraine, or OCU. This move was met with fury in Moscow. It further deepened the religious rift between the two countries. The new law signed by Zelenskyy specifically targets religious organizations affiliated with centers of influence in the Russian Federation. While the law doesn't name the UOC directly, it's widely understood to be the primary target. The law mandates that affected religious groups sever all ties with Russia. This includes financial, administrative, and organizational connections. Failure to comply could result in the confiscation of property, including churches and monasteries. The Ukrainian government argues that the law is necessary to counter Russian propaganda and disinformation. They accuse the UOC of acting as a mouthpiece for the Kremlin and fueling religious tensions within Ukraine. Section 4. A chorus of reactions from Kyiv to the Vatican. The response to the new law has been swift and divided.
Ukrainian officials have defended the measure as crucial for national security. They argue that Russia has weaponized religion to sow discord and undermine Ukraine's sovereignty.
However, the UOC has vehemently denied these accusations. They maintain that they severed ties with Moscow after the 2022 invasion and operate independently. The UOC has vowed to challenge the law in court, arguing it violates religious freedom.
International organizations have also expressed concerns. The United Nations has urged Ukraine to ensure the law doesn't infringe on the rights of religious minorities.
Pope Francis has called for dialogue and respect for the rights of all believers.
Section 5. Reshaping Ukraine's religious landscape. The implications of Ukraine's new law extend far beyond the UOC. The law has the potential to reshape the country's religious landscape, impacting millions of Ukrainians.
It raises questions about the role of religion in society and the delicate balance between national security and freedom of belief. The law could lead to further fragmentation within the Orthodox community in Ukraine. It might also fuel tensions between different religious groups, particularly if the government is perceived as favoring one over others.
Moreover, the law's implementation is likely to be complex and contentious. Identifying and severing ties with Russian religious entities will be a challenging task. It could lead to legal battles and accusations of government overreach. Section 6. A balancing act. Security versus freedom. Ukraine's new law banning Russia-linked religious groups presents a complex dilemma. On one hand, Ukraine has a legitimate interest in protecting its national security and countering foreign influence, especially in times of war.
On the other hand, freedom of religion is a fundamental human right. The international community must carefully scrutinize Ukraine's actions to ensure they are proportionate, non-discriminatory, and do not infringe on the rights of religious minorities.
Finding the right balance between these competing interests is never easy. It requires careful consideration, dialogue, and a commitment to upholding the rule of law and human rights. The international community has a role to play in supporting Ukraine while also upholding these universal values.